Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a hot take on Biden. He's losing it. He's lost it, really. I mean, I have seen President Reagan say some things that were a little off, but generally he got to the end of sentences and, he was quick enough on his feet that he would still kind of know how he messed up. I think Biden's far gone. I mean, he's fallen to pieces, man. This is him. He went to a Washington, D.C. hardware store. Biden visits small business in D.C. Yeah, one of the few that's left, thanks to you and your cohorts.
On that one quick point I want to make is that
now this is Biden's handlers, according to Tom Elliott, and this is big league politics, so take it with a grain of thought. Aggressively prevent the press from asking questions. The president any questions after his brief remarks at a D.C. hardware store.
I said we're the oldest hardware store in D.C. I also say we're the greenest hardware store in America. We have 2 urban farms actually in our building. We have Mary, who's in the garage there, and then we have Cultivate the City, which is an awesome rooftop garden. They exist on our rooftop, but you're not going to be able to.
What the hell is he doing? See, this is what I mean about Biden. It's like he still comes from a time where television cameras aren't always on you, and he just doesn't seem to care that every second of every day of his is monitored. He just look how this looks.
You see it from here, but if they want to give a wave,
I see him.
Yeah. And then we also have
Don't jump. We need you.
And then
he's so dumb. It's like Trump would have never made a joke like that because Trump is very TV savvy, right? He understands, like, the first thing he would have said if he had to make a joke like that would have been, I don't know if you can see this off camera, but there are...
If I could just...
Let's go, you guys. Come on, press. We're going to move out. Let's go, press. Let's go. Come on, press. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
Microphone's getting crushed.
Is this in the order, sir? Let's go, you guys. Come on.
It's like they're gathering up children. They can't ask Grandpa one single question. And Biden is like, he looks afraid. He looks afraid to answer these
Come on,
questions.
let's go. Thank you, guys. Thanks so much.
What a terrible, terrible photo op. My God, what a disaster. Is there anybody in the Biden administration that understands television? I mean, I made jokes about earlier on the campaign trail. It looked like a public access. It hasn't gotten any better. I've seen some of his shorter videos. They're just this bad. My God. You're doing a live feed. Look at the camera. It's swinging all over the place. Oh my God. And this is from the Gateway Pundit. Now, he did this thing yesterday on Women's Day about the military. He's got 2 female military bigwigs and Kamala Harris in the background. It's still not enough to keep him together. First off, he forgot the name of his Secretary of Defense and the Pentagon. Like he couldn't think of it. You can hear him struggling while he says it. And then he says this.
Relatively straightforward work where we're making good progress designing body armor that fits women properly.
You know, it's controversial enough that women are fighting in the military, but okay, let's say we're on board with that. Now listen to this.
Tailoring combat uniforms for women, creating maternity flight suits, updating
maternity flight suits. Why the F would we need maternity flight suits? Who the hell wants to send pregnant women into battle? What is he talking about? Maternal flight suits? I don't even know. Some pregnant women can't even fly in a regular airplane. You know, after I forget what month they have to be in, and then it's like you should not be on an airplane. I guess probably because she might give birth on the plane. But Jesus, you're designing maternity flight suits? This was a priority? China is breathing down your neck. I just read an article yesterday from South China Morning Post about how the Chinese are getting ready for a war. You're making maternity flight suits. What the F, Biden? Where the hell's your priorities, man? You think that bribe from China is going to do you any good if they nuke half the coast?
Designing combat uniforms for women, creating maternity flight suits, updating requirements for their hairstyles.
Updating requirements for their hairstyles. Oh my God, I was going to invade your country, but your soldiers look so good. Everybody turn around. We can't possibly win against these people. The women look amazing. What? What the hell are you doing? It's a joke. It's an effing joke.
And some of it is going to take an intensity of purpose and mission to really change the culture and habits that cause women to leave the military.
Yeah, okay. And what are the women going to do when all the men leave the military because of all these ridiculous rules? Jesus, man. I mean, this is bad. This is really bad. Me, I'm the biggest anti-war guy. I've done the anti-war comic now for close to 10 years. I think we're coming up on the 9th year. But, I mean, turning the army into a woke army, you might as well just shut it down. Might as well just shut it down. Oh, we got pregnant. Don't worry, the pregnant pilot's on her way. She's throwing up, but, I hope you can hold out in the field until the pregnant pilot, gets her S together. I don't think we can go on the mission, Sarge. We don't have female body armor available for your soldiers. I guess we're just gonna have to scrap the mission. What? You know what's gonna happen? The army's just gonna make one kind of armor, and the men are gonna have to wear the female body armor too, because that's what the army's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a one size fits all. It's supposed to be a uniform, not multiform, uniform. And once you get women, they're allowed to have different hairstyles. Well, the women are allowed to have different hairstyles. They get different rules. Oh, well, let's give it different rules to this person and that person. Every day, the Biden administration proves how the new term super straight is going to be a windfall for the rest of us, because super straight is going to end up being, and once they put this in the law, once they enshrine this sexual orientation into law, that your sexual orientation can be whatever you want, and it's enshrined in the law, and therefore it has to be respected, that's when super straight will turn this all over. And hopefully, I mean, Biden's really got to go, man. He just has to retire. At this point, you might as well put Kamala in. At least she'll be coherent. I mean, I don't think the policies will be any different, but at least she'll be coherent. I don't know what this mummy's thinking. It's ridiculous.